In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace a rear caliper on a Nissan NV2500. It is located behind the rear wheel. Once you've raised and lifted and supported your vehicle safely, you need to take off all 8 of your 21mm lug nuts. And your center cap. Once you have all lug nuts removed, remove your wheel. Once you removed your wheel, your brake hose is attached to your brake caliper by a 12mm bolt. You need to remove that. Keep in mind, fluid will come out of that, so make sure you put a pan underneath to catch your old fluid. Once you remove your bolt, you're going to have 2 crush washers, one on each side. Make sure you keep those. Here's a tech tip for you. If you take a valve stem, slide it into the hole of the brake hose, it'll stop leaking. Your caliper bracket is mounted by 2 24mm bolts. You need to remove both of those. Before you remove your top bolt, you want to hold on to your caliper because your caliper is going to want to slide off the rotor. Once you have your 2 bolts out, pull out on your caliper. We have our new caliper on our bench. We're going to disassemble it and grease up our slide pins. First, remove both caps from our bolts. These are 10mm Allen bolts. Remove those. Remove our caliper from our bracket. Set that off to the side. Some high heat paste. Install it onto our pins. Reinstall it into our caliper. Make sure they slide freely. Do the same for the other one. Put our caliper off to the side. Now we're going to install our clips into our caliper bracket. Take some high heat paste. Install it where the clips would be installed. Install our clips. This piece always goes out to the outside, not to the inside. And do the same for the other side. Now we need to remove our brake pads from our caliper. Here is a tech tip for you. If you take your rubber boot off your bleeder screw and install it where the line goes. Now it won't leak. To remove your brake pads from your caliper bracket, slide inward and pull straight out. Same thing with the other pad. And then out. Now we're going to install our caliper bracket onto our caliper. Line up your 2 holes and install your slide pins. and tighten them. Now it's time to install our brake pads into our caliper. Your squealer always goes on the inside part of your caliper. Now do the same for your other pad. Now we're going to install our brake caliper back over our brake rotor by sliding it over, lining up the two bolts in the bolt holes, and installing our bolts. Now you can tighten your two bolts. Now you can torque those two bolts down to 111 foot-pounds. Now you want to torque your slide pins to 45 foot-pounds. Reinstall your rubber boot. Do the same for the top one. If you can fit a torque wrench into your top slider pin, torque it. If you cannot, do the best you can. And install your rubber boot. You want to remove your cap out of the back side of your caliper. Discard it. Reinstall your brake hose. You have two crush washers. You want to put one on one side. One on the other, and install it into your caliper. Tighten down your bolt. Then you can torque that at 45 foot-pounds. Now we're going to perform a gravity bleed. Now you can remove your bleeder screw cap. Loosen up your bleeder screw. And wait for a straight stream of fluid to come out of the bleeder screw. Once you have a straight stream of fluid coming out of your bleeder, close your bleeder. Clean off all your excess fluid. And install your rubber cap. Now you want to pump your brake up. Feel if your brake feels firm, you're good. If it does not feel firm, do a full brake bleed. Once you have your wheel installed onto your vehicle, install your center cap and your lug nuts. Now you can tighten down all your lug nuts. Now you want to torque down all your lug nuts to 131 foot-pounds. Before you remove your cap, you want to clean your master cylinder reservoir and cap. Once you've cleaned it, remove your cap, set it off to the side. Remove all of the brake fluid in the master cylinder reservoir. I'm using a fluid extractor. Now you want to fill your master cylinder to the max line with your manufacturer's specific fluid. Now you reinstall your cap. Your brake bleed procedure starts with your right front wheel, then your left front wheel, then your left rear wheel, and then your right rear wheel. The braking system on an NV2500 is electric, so you have to have somebody turn the key all the way on without starting it, then pump the brake 5 times, hold it down, and then open up your bleeders. So we're going to start with the right front. Put the key on. You need to remove your cap. I have a catch bottle for the fluid so it doesn't make a mess. You can pump up the brake. After he holds it down, open up the bleeder. I'm using a 10mm wrench on my bleeder screws. Close the bleeder, pump up the brake. When he's holding, open up the bleeder. What you're looking for is straight fluid and no bubbles, which is what we have. Remove your hose and install your cap. Clean anything that leaked. Now we're on to our second wheel, which is the left front. After you bleed your second wheel, we're going to top off your master cylinder fluid. After we topped off our fluid, now we're on to our third wheel, which is the left rear. Remove your cap. Install your hose, pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. Once your wheel is done, wipe up the excess fluid and install your cap. Now that we've bled all 4 wheels, make sure your master cylinder is full. Now torque all 4 wheels down to 131 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.